What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Inside the Five YouTube channel. I'm Griff. I'm here live with Will and Stav. What's up, guys?
What's up,
guys? And here today on this video, we're going to be doing our official Inside the Five collective bracket. The way that it's going to work is we're all going to vote on which team is going to win for each matchup, starting round 64, ending with the national championship. The way that it's going to work is if we don't all agree, majority is going to rule out. That's about it. So let's get right into it.
All right. So we're starting off with obviously the 1 versus 16 Gonzaga versus Georgia State in the West region. Obvious Gonzaga. We're not really going to go in depth with that.
Georgia State.
Georgia State.
All right. All right. And then next we have Boise State versus Memphis. Will, what do you think?
I'm going Memphis on the upset.
I also have Memphis.
All right. Yeah, it's a clean sweep.
Yep.
I got Memphis as well.
Best AAU team in Division I basketball.
All right. So moving on, next we got Uconn versus New Mexico State. Will?
Uconn all the way.
Go Huskies.
Yeah.
We're sliding through the round of 64. We'll obviously get more in depth once we get into the later rounds.
All right. Arkansas, Vermont. Will?
I'm going Arkansas.
Razorbacks all day. All day.
If you listen, you know Griff loves the Razorbacks. I agree with that.
JD Note, unstoppable. This is his month.
All right, Arkansas. All right, next we got Alabama versus Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I've got Alabama. Stop.
I'm going Alabama.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Remember that.
Texas Tech, Montana State.
Texas Tech.
Montana State.
Tech. That's an interesting pick.
I have Texas Tech in all my brackets.
All right, next. Actually, this game's over now. We're kind of recording a little late. Michigan versus Colorado State. I mean, Griff and I had Michigan.
Yes. Don't lie though. Wait, no, that's
not
not. You're looking at the Michigan State game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whoops, my bad.
We'll get to that game in
Yeah.
a little bit.
All right, Michigan State versus Davidson.
Michigan State.
I have Davidson.
I also
That's
have
not a
Davidson.
joke.
No, I'm
We're
straight
going
up-
with the upset, Will.
I wanted to go with the upset too. I just couldn't talk myself into picking Davidson.
Well, no, because you know why I talked myself into it? Davidson's best player is a transfer from Michigan State who just transferred this year.
Oh,
So, like, that whole storyline
Revenge
convinced me.
story. This is
Yeah.
revenge.
Duke, CSU Fullerton.
CSU Fullerton.
Duke.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but
Yeah,
Duke.
no.
We're anti-Duke, anti-Coach K here.
What side of the bracket are we going to next, Stuff?
Next, we have the East region, starting off with Baylor versus Norfolk State.
Baylor.
I got Baylor as well.
Yeah, it's all the one seeds are pretty much a guarantee. UNC versus Marquette.
UNC.
UNC.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I even
Couple
if I
UNC fans, I don't think you're getting past that.
even if I were to say Marquette, it doesn't matter. All right, St. Mary's versus Indiana.
St. Mary's.
Indiana.
Indiana, I like
Who's
Indiana too.
The 12. 12 versus the 5.
Every
That is a
year,
game where Indiana could
a
win.
first 4 team advances. Like I
Yes.
feel like that's the thing, and I feel like Indiana's good enough to advance here. All right, UCLA versus Akron.
UCLA.
Yeah.
UCLA. Yeah,
That's a
UCLA.
clean one. All right, Texas versus Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
I have Virginia Tech
I do as well.
Okay,
Yeah, in
okay.
all my brackets,
I like
I love Tech.
the clean sweep on the upset. By the way, I just wanted to mention, stop, beautiful handwriting on
Thank
the
you.
iPad. Look
Appreciate
at
that.
That's
Shout out
really
to
good.
Apple, not sponsored yet.
that.
Purdue and Yale, the smart kids versus Purdue.
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 Purdue by
The
like
Ivy League
30.
isn't good at basketball, they're good at math.
Sometimes I always feel like in the back of my head, I'm like, these kids are so smart that they'll just
They'll figure it
yeah.
out.
But it never works out. All right, next, Murray State versus San Francisco. I just kind of want to go on the record here. I'm disappointed these teams are facing each other in the first round.
Yeah.
I am too. I think these are two good teams. I'm going to go with the Racers, though. I got Murray State.
Yeah,
I got Murray State too.
I do as well. I love Murray State. All right. Next, Kentucky versus St. Peter's.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
Kentucky.
You got to go Wildcats here. All right, and that finishes the East region of the bracket. Moving on to the South, starting off with Arizona versus Wright State. Arizona, obviously.
Arizona. Wright State did have a great game in the first 4, though.
Yeah. Seton Hall versus TCU.
That's Seton Hall.
You like the Big East. I'm going to go TCU.
I'm going to have to go with Will here, and I'm going to go Seton Hall. I love the Big East. I'd higher seed. Okay, next we have Houston versus UAB.
I actually have an upset for UAB.
You have University of Alabama, Birmingham.
Yep.
I'm going to go Houston. I mean, they're the best team in the American every year.
I'm going UAB. I think their point guard is nasty. He proved a lot
That's
in the
fair.
conference tournament.
That's fair.
So,
A good little upset slate.
all right, next we have Illinois versus Chattanooga.
I have Illinois. You know, Chattanooga's been on like the upset talk for like a long time.
For a long time, I'm going with Illinois, too. I think Kofi Coburn's not going to let
Yeah.
them lose in the first round.
Yeah.
They remind me of that one year when Virginia lost in the first round of the 16
Yeah.
seed, and the next year they bounced back. Last year, Illinois was
Yeah.
a one seed. I think they lost in
Yeah.
the second or third round. They're not going to lose
I
again.
had
they're not
Virginia
gonna
winning
lose
it all
that.
that year, by the way.
Damn.
I'll go on record for that.
All right, Colorado State and Michigan already ended. However, Griff and I both did have Michigan in
I
that.
did too.
He
Unfortunately.
didn't. He did
So
not.
we predicted that upset.
Yep.
All right, next Tennessee and Longwood.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Huge Tennessee fan.
I'm a Longwood guy, though. I like the school. I like the school. It's a nice school.
Ohio State versus Loyola Chicago. I'm excited for this one.
I
Like,
got Loyola Chicago.
I think we all
you,
do.
you can't bet against
can't-
Sister
you can't-
Jean.
yeah,
The
Like, they could
Ramblers,
have,
They go off.
yeah, they could have anybody on their team, but if Sister Jean's on that sideline or in the crowd, they are gonna win. I don't care, especially in the first round. All right, Loyola. All right, next Villanova versus Delaware.
Nova.
Nova by about 5,000.
Scoring all their points by free throw.
Yes, the best free throw team in the country, shooting over 80%.
Yep.
They're gonna go to the Final Four. Like, well, actually, we might not have that in this bracket.
I
but
don't think we'll end up having that.
I predict that on my own bracket. However, Villanova, they shoot their free throws, people. All right, moving on now to the Midwest. We have Kansas versus who? A&M CC.
No,
right?
no, it's Texas Southern.
All right, so Texas Southern versus Kansas. As if it matters, Kansas is gonna win.
Yep.
I'm not even going to ask about what your opinions are on that. San Diego State versus Creighton. This is going to be a good game.
I got Creighton.
Creighton.
Yeah. It's going to be a clean sweep for us.
East Coast basketball is a lot better than the West Coast. I'll be on record to say that if there's an 8 versus 9, one team's on the East Coast, one team's on the West Coast, I'm taking the East
is
Coast
gonna
team.
win.
All right, next, Iowa versus Richmond. What do we think?
I have Iowa.
I have Iowa too.
I don't
Yeah.
love Iowa this year, but like
People also love the 5 against 12, but I think this
this
year,
isn't the 5 against
Yeah,
12 that
yeah.
happens.
I agree.
Providence versus South Dakota State. That game is currently happening. I think Providence is up a little bit. I think we
Providence
all...
is up
Yeah,
9
I
right
have
now.
Providence.
I have Providence.
Yeah.
This was a big upset slate, though. A lot of people were taking South Dakota State.
Isn't Providence considered one of the luckiest teams in the nation, though?
Yeah, and I think they're going to continue
Yeah.
their luck through March. This is the luckiest month.
Yeah, there's about 4 minutes left at the time of this recording. Providence is up 56-47 with the ball, so they're shooting. Yeah, 56-47 with about 3 minutes 45 seconds left. That game's all but done. Next, LSU versus Iowa State. I'm picking LSU here.
I'm gonna probably lose the majority here, but I have Iowa State on the upset.
I'm taking LSU as well. I'm with Stav. I'm taking LSU.
Thank God. All right, Wisconsin, Colgate, Wisconsin. I got.
I have Colgate on an upset.
I'm going to take Wisconsin. I like Colgate a lot this year. They've had a great season, but it's the Badgers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not going to lose in the first round,
No.
especially after all the hype that got them through the conference tournaments.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
All right, USC versus Miami. I have Miami
I
here.
have Miami too.
Yeah.
I do too. Clean sweep on the upset.
Let's go.
Auburn, Jacksonville State, Auburn.
Auburn.
Auburn was debatably a 1 seed too. So, all right, should we just stay in the Midwest and then
Let's do
make
it.
our way back around, kind of like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll start off again. Auburn versus Miami. What do we think?
I'm taking
I'm
Auburn.
gonna take Auburn.
That's a clean sweep as well. I love Auburn this year.
Same.
LSU, Wisconsin.
I'm gonna go. Oh, LSU.
I like LSU against Wisconsin.
I do too.
I like
Yeah,
LSU against Wisconsin.
If you guys listen, I'm biased towards LSU. So
I mean, but you got us two
yeah.
non-LSU fans.
If
I like LSU.
If my bracket was the way that we were doing it, like here, I would have LSU going that far. I just
This
like,
is-
wanted the upset.
A big reason, though, is the SEC this year in basketball is something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
So LSU is a great team.
It's unfortunate we're not going to get to see Alabama versus LSU in the earlier rounds too,
Yeah.
because that matchup has been awesome all year.
Awesome.
Next, we're gonna have Iowa versus Providence. I'm gonna go Iowa here.
I'm gonna take Providence. The
Okay,
Friars.
Providence. Too,
Providence?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either or. That's a coin flip for me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, right now it's a 3-point game since the last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
So, we got two
They
games.
might not make it out of the
right
first
now.
I want to
round.
start 0-2.
All right, Kansas versus Creighton. I got Kansas. I have Kansas kind of going.
I have
Yeah,
Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
All right. Then moving back up to the south, Loyola Chicago versus Villanova. Villanova, they're just going to shoot free throws and win. So,
I have Villanova as well.
Yeah.
I have Nova too.
all right. Tennessee versus Michigan.
Tennessee. We love Tennessee. We love the SEC. We love basketball.
All right. I totally could have butchered the spelling on that, but Illinois versus UAB. I got Illinois.
I got Illinois too.
Yeah. I don't even know what I was thinking about that. I didn't even have UAB in the first round.
All right, Arizona, Seton Hall. What do we think?
I have Arizona.
I have Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm
I feel
confident
like this
with
could
that.
be a game where number 1 seed falls in the second round.
But
Seton Hall's,
Arizona.
like, good, but like they're just scrappy. So like. you
I'm
never
not a
know.
big fan of the Pac-12 when it comes to basketball. I think they have their years, but Arizona has only lost 3 games all year. Like, they're a
yeah.
good team.
The thing is, the way you beat a 1 seed, especially in the earlier rounds, you have to outshoot them.
Yes.
Like, by far. We see it.
Yes.
Like, the first thing I always think of is UMBC upsetting Virginia that 1 year. They hit the
They missed
3
a
ball.
shot.
Yeah, they couldn't miss.
Yeah.
That's how you beat 1 seeds, especially if you're kind of a lower seed, an 8 seed, obviously a 16 seed, but
Right.
we don't think anything's going to happen there.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Arizona. Now moving on to the West, Gonzaga, Memphis.
Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Not a real school, by the way. Not real.
They're not real until they move into the Pac-12.
Yes.
All right, Yukon, Arkansas. This is going to be tough for you because you always talk about the East, but then you've been riding with Arkansas all year.
I've been riding Arkansas the whole year. The East Coast is the best coast when it comes to basketball. But the SEC this year has been different. JD Note is going to beat out RJ Davis. I have the Razorbacks.
I have UConn.
I also have Yukon.
That's fine.
I mean,
the East Coast.
Yeah, the East Coast bias, but I do think Yukon is doing something great this year. I hope to see them kind of throughout the tournament play a little longer. Don't want to lose in the second round. Alabama versus Texas Tech.
I have Bama.
Wow.
I have Bama. Upset slate.
I'll take Bama.
Wow.
Actually,
take Texas Tech.
I'm going
take-
Tech.
I'm going.
I
Texas
want both
Tech.
of you guys to
I'm
take
going
Texas
Texas
Tech.
Tech.
I'm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking Texas Tech
I
here.
want both of you guys to take Texas Tech.
I think their defense is way too good to
Yeah,
lose.
no,
and
they are.
Alabama cannot shoot free throws.
No.
They shoot 64% from the line.
That's a fair point.
Davidson versus Duke. I'm going Davidson 100% honest.
I'm taking Duke. I'm just going to take Duke. I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to take
take Duke because afterwards my brother pick makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, so we got Duke there as a.
Is that the round of 32 finish? Or no, we got
No,
one
we still
more,
got
right?
the
More.
East
We have
region,
East.
starting with Baylor and UNC.
I'm taking Baylor. I like winning. You know,
I have UNC. I think they're the team that they would beat Baylor if any team would beat them.
Listen, I agree with you. I'm picking UNC here. UNC's peaking at the right time. I know you guys are both UNC fans. I don't really.
which
have
is funny that I'm the only one
Yeah.
that can take them.
I think Baylor's going to be the first 1 seed to fall. They've had a great year, but they've kind of been inconsistent through that. They had a little rough patch in the middle of the year, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, a big injury as well. I mean,
Yeah.
their best player isn't playing. Their center.
Yeah.
And UNC's best player is their center, so they do
Yeah.
match up well against them. I think it's going to be a great game no matter what.
Yeah, I think as a par, we're going to go UNC. And then next, Indiana versus UCLA. What do we got?
UCLA.
I got UCLA.
I'm going to go on the record and say Indiana, not really that it matters,
Right.
but I think UCLA is
UCLA is my rare exception when it comes to the West Coast. I think UCLA is legit year in and year out.
All right, Virginia Tech versus Purdue. Will.
Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah. I actually had Tech going, but that's kind of just...
ACC tournament champion.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech.
Murray State versus Kentucky. Isn't this a battle for Kentucky?
Yes. Yes. You know,
Yeah,
the,
but Kentucky.
I mean, Kentucky's
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
to
I can't go. Yeah, you have to take Kentucky.
If John Morant was there, it'd be a different... be different, but
He's not.
not.
he's,
All right.
He's in the NBA.
We'll continue back with the East, making our way back around, starting with Purdue versus Kentucky. Ooh, this is a good game. 3 versus 2.
Okay, in my bracket that I'm looking at right now, my personal bracket, I actually have Purdue winning this game. I like Purdue a lot. I like the defense. They have 2 7-footers. I think one's 7'4" in Edie. I'm gonna take Purdue. I gotta talk myself
Lakers
into
too.
it.
In
Yeah.
my bracket that I'm looking at,
I mean,
have them here too.
I have Kentucky winning, but I can talk myself into Purdue. I'm gonna say Kentucky.
They have the
but-
guard. They have two bigs. They can't be on the floor at the same time, but honestly, I like that more. They have someone over 7 foot on the court pretty much at all times. The only way Kentucky wins is if they run them out of the gym.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I've been.
yeah.
That's what I thought would happen. But we're gonna go as a pod Purdue, UNC versus UCLA. This is gonna be a great game if it does happen. I gotta go UCLA here.
I have to go against North Carolina on this one too. I do UCLA.
You know, I didn't take UNC the last one, but I'm going on record. I would take UNC over UCLA.
In my bracket here, I have UCLA.
That's fair. All
All
right.
right.
I didn't take them in the
Yeah.
second round.
Going to the West, we got Texas Tech and Duke. I'm going Tech here.
I'm going Texas Tech.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a clean sweep.
Duke, frauds. Coach K, fraud. They have no depth. Paolo can't shoot. Paolo can't do anything.
Yeah, basically. I always see his name dropping.
Mhm.
Like when we always did like the top 10 tournament players, Paulo used to be up top. I think after that UNC game and after kind of the ACC tournament, he dropped a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when the light is on
Rightfully
him.
so.
Yeah. When the light is on him, he doesn't seem to kind of pull through for Duke, which is going to be something to pay attention to. Next, Gonzaga, Yukon. I'm going Yukon here.
I'm also going UConn, and for the one reason is Gonzaga, one, is not a real school. Two, they have to play too many. They're like in a gauntlet that
Yeah.
they
They
have
are.
to go against. Like
They
they're
are.
either gonna go against Arkansas or UConn, and they also have to play either Duke or Texas Tech. Like there's no way they're gonna make it to the Final Four. There's too many teams they have to play against. They're gonna be worn down.
We're going UConn.
All right. That wraps up the West. Now going to the South. Arizona versus Illinois.
I have Arizona.
This is a tough game. Kofi Coburn is on Illinois, which is a big thing. I'm going Arizona, though. I think that their defense is very good. I think they run well, and that's what you need in March.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because we always see like a lot of the time the higher seeds have a dominant big man who's going to make it to the NBA,
Right.
and that's what a lot of people pick by. Like I remember a few years ago, DeAndre Ayton
When he was
on
at
Arizona, they were the
yeah.
2 seed. They lost in the first round, but
Yes.
everyone was thinking DeAndre Ayton's going to will them. In this day and age, especially in March Madness, when teams are running always and out shooting you, your best player, you cannot rely on your big man to be your best player
Yeah, exactly.
all the time,
Exactly.
especially when you're running. So I'm going to go Arizona here as well. All right. Next up, we have Tennessee versus Villanova.
Stop. You're not going to be happy with my pick.
Yeah, I'm going Villanova.
I got the balls.
I have Villanova here. I have to stick with
Yeah,
Villanova.
take
but,
'em,
like,
take 'em.
My heart wants to take Tennessee.
That's going to be a good game.
I have Tennessee in another. bracket
Because here's
too.
what I'm thinking. Tennessee is the perfect team. Like we said, Villanova, great free throw shooting team. What if they just don't shoot free throws? Like, what if they just don't
that's
foul?
a great point that I just never thought of. However, Virginia likes to kind of run and push the pace. If you're Tennessee and you get caught in transition, you're going to end up fouling. And when
Right.
your guys get into foul trouble, that's how you lose, especially if you're a higher seed. Like Tennessee's
Tennessee's a
they're a
three.
3 seed. So
Three seed.
a lot of the upsets that do happen, I mean, we're in the Final Four territory here, or the Elite 8 territory. You see a lot of starters get into foul trouble, and that's when teams get in trouble. And you cannot get in foul trouble against Villanova.
Right.
Like all jokes aside, I've been high on them just because of their free throw percentage and Colin Gillespie, but like you cannot get into foul trouble, especially in the
That's
late
true.
rounds of the tournament. So next, Kansas versus Providence. I got Kansas.
I got Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if this game were to happen, it will be a blowout. LSU versus Auburn, an SEC matchup. I'm going Auburn. I have to
I'm
go.
going Auburn.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
go
I'm
against
going
my.
Auburn.
I
They
mean,
have
I
the
think
coach. They have
Yeah.
Jabari Smith. Like,
that's what pushes
Yeah.
me over. I feel like LSU, kind of the same thing with Illinois. They rely too much on their inside game,
yeah.
and Auburn is just Auburn. Like I think they, in an alternate universe, they would be a one seed. All right. Staying here, we're gonna go moving on to the Elite 8. Kansas versus Auburn. If this game were to happen, this would be an unreal game. A 1 versus a 2. Like I've said this probably 8 times in this video, Auburn should be a 1 seed.
Yeah.
I gotta go Kansas here.
I'm going with Kansas too.
All right. I would have picked Auburn. Doesn't matter. I just love Bruce Pearl. I think he's a great coach. He screams a lot. Gets the people going.
Arizona versus Nova. What do we think here?
Let's take Villanova. I'm going Villanova.
Wow.
Yep.
That makes me extremely happy.
Yep.
I got Arizona, but I don't know if it's
Yeah,
gonna matter.
I'm going Villanova. I just wanted you to get your pick up for a little suspense. All right. So, on the west side of the bracket, we got Uconn versus Texas Tech. I'm going Tech.
I think you have to go Texas Tech here.
Well, mine's not gonna matter anyway, so I got UConn.
I do think Uconn does have a shot. However, Texas Tech's defense is just unreal. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they are like. I just wanted the upset really badly, and
I mean, I'm gonna be. If this game were to happen, I would totally root for Uconn. However, I just think Texas Tech's defense is way too good, especially against a team that is a lower seed. They're a 4 seed. We never usually see like higher seeds get to the Final Four or Elite Eight, so I think their run kind of ends there. But now moving on to the East, UCLA Purdue.
I like Purdue. I like the Boilermakers a lot.
In this bracket, I actually have UCLA, but I want to say Purdue. But I'm going to stick with my word and go UCLA.
I'm also in UCLA here. I think after the heartbreak of last year, where they lost in the championship, they're hungry. You know, they can't.
They lost. No, they lost in
the Final Four to Gonzaga off the buzzer beater, right?
The buzzer
yeah,
beater.
That's even more heartbreaking in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you're right there.
I mean,
you
a
lose
good run
half.
from UCLA. Well,
Yeah.
I think
They
they're
were
11
11
seed. Yeah.
So and now they have the higher seed. They have kind of easier matchups as we're.
They brought
talking.
pretty much everybody back.
Yeah.
Too.
And as we're talking right now, Providence just beat South Dakota State, so I'm pretty sure we all.
That's Will's first win
Yeah.
of March Madness.
I think
1-1.
Will, Griff and I are both perfect right
2-0
now.
at the moment.
Yep. So
Probably just keep that going throughout the whole tournament.
all right,
Yeah, exactly.
Final Four time. Texas Tech versus UCLA.
Wow, what a matchup. Well,
All right. So my bracket that I have here, I had UConn versus UCLA, and obviously I would think UCLA would win that game. I'm still going to go UCLA.
I'm gonna take the Red Raiders.
So this kind of pins it all on me.
Yes.
I just literally hyped up UCLA for about 2 minutes, saying how they're hungry, and Texas Tech doesn't care if you're hungry or not. They're gonna
Jaime
lose.
Jaquez on UCLA. He's awesome.
I mean, that entire Johnny Juzang is still there too.
Johnny Juzang, and then they have that point guard too. What's his name? Number 10. He's awesome.
Like they have a really good team.
They would be a team that beats Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Exactly. They would be a team to beat them. I gotta stick with my gut here and go Texas Tech just because of how relentless they are on defense. They have the highest defensive rating in the nation.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter who.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
That means a lot in March.
Like when you have a team, this is kind of obvious that when you don't need to score to win, that helps you so much in March because you can get cold as an offense, but if your defense can back you up, that's going to be huge. So I'm going to go Texas Tech here in the national championship. And then, right, that's what we pick as a pod.
Yep.
All right. And then Villanova versus Kansas. As much as I love my free throw boys, I'm going Kansas here. I love Kansas.
Yeah, I'm taking Kansas too. That's a nice little sweep. That's the first sweep we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The national championship.
Our national championship. Texas Tech versus Kansas. If this game would be absolutely nuts if this happened. I think this year's March Madness is just going to be unreal because there's so much uncertainty.
Yeah.
Like, we have Duke kind of losing a little earlier. We have them losing in the Sweet 16. I could see them losing in the second round of Davidson. I said that they were going to lose.
Duke, I could see them losing in the first round.
At their so
Fullerton's good.
They are.
you got to outshoot them. But, like, looking at this bracket, they were very. I feel like in the first round, obviously we have the 1 seed sweeping and like some of the 2 seeds, but as we kind of got down to the thick of it, there were not many sweeps. I think from the Elite 8 on, other than Kansas versus Villanova, there were no sweeps. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was saying. Once we got that little Final Four sweep for Kansas, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like I haven't agreed with you guys in a while.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go Kansas here. I love my Jayhawks. I do think that they're just too good this year. I think this is their year to do it. And I'm just kind of, I want to hear what you guys have to say.
What do you got first? You go first.
All right, well, if I'm going first, then we're going to end it.
Because I was too.
Okay, all right, well, that's
So we
cool.
had a
We'll
team.
sweep in the natty.
Yeah.
Kansas, they have the guy. This is the biggest thing for me in Kansas. First off, they have the coach. I think that Texas Tech obviously beats them out on defense. I think Kansas can run you out of the gym. I think Kansas can really tire you out. I think they have the depth. The biggest part, they have that guy that if it comes down to the last shot, they have that guy in
Yeah.
O'Shea Abaji.
Exactly.
I really think that means a lot, and that's why last year we saw UCLA get heartbroken because they didn't have really that guy, and that's what's going to happen this year. If it's going to come down to a final shot, it's going to be Kansas coming out victorious.
All right, let's do our final score predictions for that too. This is gonna be a low scoring game if it happens. I'm gonna go like 60-56.
What about you?
I had an high scoring. I had 83-80.
83-80, wow. I'm going to go 73-66.
73-66.
Yep.
And we
Get
all
right
have
in the middle of you
Kansas.
guys. We all have Kansas.
Yeah. So I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
You will see our final bracket. We are gonna have this. We're gonna have the video synced up with what I was writing. My brackets are our brackets right here. So, yeah, that wraps it up. I mean, I'm excited. This is gonna be a great tournament.
This
I'm
is
too.
March. We sleep in May. We hope you guys enjoyed. All three of us together for the first time ever since Stav joined along. So, I mean, keep checking back throughout the tournament, see how correct we are. We hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys on the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.